Christ the Redeemer is a very popular statue of Jesus Christ located on the top of the Corcovado Mountains in Rio de Janeiro. It overlooks the great city of Rio, but also holds much symbolic and architectural value all around the world. Observing the harbor city of Rio, the statue of Christ stands at 130 feet tall and also includes a 31 feet tall pedestal. Christ the Redeemer statue is important because it is a representation of Christianity in Brazil, which is mainly dominated by Catholics. The 635-ton statue is a powerful symbol of Christianity in a country where religion still plays a central role in many people's lives. Located in the Tijuca National Park, on top of the Corcovado Mountains, the statue is made of reinforced concrete and sandstone. It took 9 years to construct and was opened to the public on October 12, 1931. The statue was built from 1926 to 1931 and was originally designed by a Brazilian architect called Heitor da Silva Costa. It was sculpted by a French sculptor named Paul Lewandowski. Permission was granted and the foundation stone at the base was ceremonially laid on April 4, 1922. To commemorate the centennial on the day of Brazil's independence from Portugal. This particular location on top of the mountains was chosen so that the monument could be seen from almost anywhere in the city.
The statue of Christ in Rio de Janeiro is the famous symbol of Brazil. Having this monument constructed, a country celebrated a century of independence. The world's largest sculpture in the Art Deco style is one of the new wonders of the world. Elements of this colossal statue were made in France and shipped to Brazil carefully by sea. The statue can be seen from anywhere in the city. Christ, the Redeemer, spreads out his hands in a gesture of blessing and protection, and from the pedestal you can see a stunningly great view of Rio de Janeiro and of the Atlantic Ocean.
After its completion, the statue was dedicated on October 12, 1931. Over the years, it has undergone periodic repairs and renovations, including a thorough cleaning in 1980 and preparation for the visit of Pope John Paul II to Brazil that year, and a major project in 2010 when the surface was repaired and refurbished. Escalators and panoramic elevators were added beginning in 2002. Previously, in order to reach the statue itself, tourists had to climb more than 200 steps as the last stage of the trip. Over the years, Christ the Redeemer has suffered numerous natural-caused injuries due to severe weather such as lightning and thunderstorms.
Rio's Christ the Redeemer statue has been struck by lightning during a powerful electric storm, leaving the tip of one of his thumbs damaged. And it's not the first time the iconic statue has sustained such injuries. Only last month, another lightning storm left the index finger on the same hand damaged as well, with the National Weather Service saying it struck an average of 6 times per year. Well, if you will stand outside in a storm, Jesus. The Archdiocese of Rio, which manages the statue, says repairs will be carried out soon, with the church owning a supply of the same stone originally used to build it in 1931.
Christ represents tolerance, love, and solidarity, and the monument makes this clear by showing off his open arms and embracing stance. Naturally, the monument has religious connotation, but the statue has come to symbolize Rio de Janeiro and Brazil in the eyes of many people. Architects Heitor da Silva Costa and Paul Lewandowski employed rhetorical devices in their design of the monument, Christ the Redeemer, in order to elucidate that faith helps individuals overcome obstacles that they face throughout their lives. Christ's open arms clearly illustrate that he watches and absolves all below him. Every year, millions of people from all around the world come to visit the statue and take pictures, make wishes, and proclaim their faith. This is a marvelous atmosphere where the true meaning of life is experienced, which is love. This monument clearly shows a different gesture of Christ than which is usually seen. This gesture, in which his first two fingers and his thumb are extended and his third and fourth finger are closed, is among the most frequently occurring of Christ's hand gestures in Christian art. It emerged as a sign of blessing in early Christian and Byzantine art, and is still used throughout the medieval period and the Renaissance. Change in posture portrays the significance of the statue. Christ can be seen with his open arms in Rio, which shows his love for the people and his ability to forgive sins. It displays why the monument is valued higher and has a greater biblical value to citizens of the world. Pathos is evidently seen in the statue by the amount of people who visit it daily and the way it helps individuals overcome their troubles. The love for Christ is a central element of Christian belief and theology. It refers to both the love of Jesus Christ for humanity and the love of Christians for Christ. It is evident that people all around the world connect to the eternal faith that Christ holds and the affection his followers have towards him. Emotions are constantly running when Christ is thought of or even seen. Jesus helps individuals and in return receives love. Brazilian culture has been shaped not only by the Portuguese, who gave birth to the country's common religion and language, but also by Native American descendants of African slaves and settlers from Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. The ethnic mix among these three groups, along with European people who immigrated to Brazil after 1850, has contributed to some distinct Brazilian cultural forms, especially in music and architecture.
So I'm about to go to a destination that anyone who's ever been bitten by the travel bug wants to go to. And it's not something that is just specifically great in Rio. It's just this of-the-world destination. Very exciting.
I'm taking the train up this mountain, Corcovado, the location of the most recognized icon of this city, Cristo Redentor. The little train is more than just a means to get to the top. It's a journey through a part of the Tijuca National Park, the largest forest within a city in the world. The locals enjoy coming here for some relief from Rio's sweltering heat.
So they told me to sit on the right side. They neglected to say that the seats were facing backwards.
Traveling through the thick greenery, it's hard to believe that we are, in fact, in a city.
So there are two ways to get to the top, as you can see, some very convenient elevators. Line's a little too long for me, so I say we go to the stairs.
One thing you should know about Rio is that the higher up you go, the foggier it tends to get, so be prepared to take your chances with visibility here. Of course, on Corcovado, the view isn't only below, but above as well. Cristo Redentor, Christ the Redeemer, has outstretched his welcoming arms since 1931. The statue is over 125 feet tall, and it was designed to embrace the city, which it certainly does.
Oh, look at this. The sun is burning off the clouds, and now we have got a view. Now we can see why Rio is considered one of the most stunningly beautiful cities in the world. It's both prehistoric and modern. It's rainforest, mountains, and beach. Standing up here, I'm filled with the traveler's remorse that I'm sure everyone who makes it to the top of Corcovado feels, which is, wow, I did not plan nearly enough time to be in this incredible city. On that note, we gotta go.